Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a manga haul. It's a combination of like part 3 of my Christmas manga haul that I just never got around to because I kept on waiting for like pre-orders and stuff to come in and then just acquiring more and more manga. So there's way too much manga. So much manga that I couldn't even fit them all in the thumbnail. So let's just jump right into this, jump into the deep end because, oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. Because there's so much to talk about, I'm not going to go into great detail unless I know, like, a lot about the series or, you know, I have something to say about why I bought it. First up is True Beauty, Volumes 1 and 2. Got these super cheap, $2.99 a piece at Ollie's. I don't know if Ollie's is just a Kentucky thing or if there's more all over the place, but if there's an Ollie's near you, check out their book section because, you know, I was wanting to get this series just to try it out for a while, just because I want to read more manhwa and or webtoons, and it's just, I need to get these at a super cheap price because I'm not sure I'll like it. I haven't seen the artwork for it or anything, so I bought them when I found them super cheap. It was either this or the Book Outlet, and even the Book Outlet was kind of pricey. Next I have Love is an Illusion Volume 4. I think this is only a 5 or 6 volume series. This is an Omegaverse yaoi series, and this volume doesn't really cover the main characters. It covers these two characters on the front and their relationship, but it does throw some unnecessary drama at the end, or set up for unnecessary drama at the end of this volume. I am not even sure why the drama exists at this point if we're getting so close to the end of the series and we still have one character that it seems like they're going to do a romance for unjustifiably. The character that I'm talking about is horrible, so I don't see why they would even mess with him, but whatever. I am going to at least finish this series. I just don't know when that's going to be because these are pretty expensive. This volume alone, I think, is like retail like at $25, and I think even with my discount with Crunchyroll, I'm still paying like $22 or something like that. That was last year when I bought this, so the prices have probably changed a lot. I have this big stack here that I just pulled those books off of. Never even made it into the thumbnail. They were just like sitting off to the side. Next I have this honker. It's Blam Volume 3. I got this from Half Price Books, and I know nothing about Blam. I just heard that it's a fantastic manga series. I wasn't expecting it to be this big. Oh, this is the Master Edition. Maybe that's why this is so huge. I don't know what the normal standard size for this manga is. It may be this size and the Master Edition just has like extra content. I'm not sure. Obviously, this is Volume 3. I have not read any of it. Why is this so big? And why do I love that it's so big? This thing is bigger than my head. It's like, why is this necessary? So, I want to talk about this last. I have more volumes of Blue Lock here. Hold on. So, I have volumes 2, 4, and 5 of Blue Lock. I found a couple at Half Price Books, and I think Volume 5 I got off the Book Outlet. I just love sports mangas. That was my whole reasoning for getting these. I'm still missing Volume 3. I think I only have Volume 1 on my shelf. So I'm slowly collecting these as I can find them at a relatively cheap price. As you can see, I paid like $6 for these here. So not too expensive, but also not too cheap either. Like, I think on Crunchyroll I could pay like anywhere between after tax, $8 and $9 for these. So I didn't get it too much cheaper than I would have, but I did as well. Alright, next I have Volume 14 of Hitorijimi My Hero, and this is a standalone Hitorijimi Boyfriend, and I think this was the first one that was written, and then this was like a spin-off, and the spin-off turned into its own series, I think. This is about the little brother and his boyfriend. I can't remember their names. It's been too long. Yeah, it says before Masahiro and Kyosuke's whirlwind romance in Hitorijimi My Hero, there was Hitorijimi, boyfriend. This is the origin of Kinsuke's and Heisakura. I probably butchered their names. Their relationship and how it formed. So I'm just gonna say I wasn't as invested in this because it was a standalone and there wasn't enough there to like make me feel something for the characters. Unlike this, which what can you really do with a slice of life yaoi manga? I mean, it's good, it's wholesome. I will continue reading it. I almost never pick this up because the main characters, like, I'm used to like the big eyes and like the standard look for ukes, and he really just does not fit the mold for the standard look. But as I read, I kind of like that. So I don't know. I still gravitate towards the like the cutesy, softer looks for the ukes, but I'm willing to try. There's not many that I haven't read before, so like I am kind of like grasping at straws. I don't own all the ones I read because I don't have that much money. Next up, these are not in order at all, but I have volumes 7 through 20, I think, of Tokyo Revengers. Oh my gosh, they're going everywhere. These are so expensive. I think they're like $17 on Crunchyroll. I think. Don't quote me on any of these prices. These, though, I have been able to get on half price books for not like really, really cheap. They've still been like $10, a little bit over $10, but that's still cheaper than $17. I have not read or really looked at Tokyo Revengers, so you're probably like, you haven't read or watched it. Why are you getting it? And it's for one of those. I have a problem. If you guys have watched any of my book videos, you know I have a problem where I like to like hoard books for just on the off chance that, you know, I'm not able to go out anywhere for long periods of time, or systems get shut down or things black out. Where I live, that is a common occurrence for the electricity to go out for hours, if not days or weeks at a time. So, you know, I like to have things that entertain me. This is just something I am picking up as I can get it cheap. So that's it. I hope I like it. If I don't, I'm still going to continue it because I may find something I like. I may hate read it for all I know, but I digress. Let's move on. Now, the next series I have is volume To Your Eternity. I have volumes 1, 2, 3, and 11. I didn't know this was 11 when I bought it. I got this, I think, at like Half Price Books or something, and it didn't, not Half Price Books, the Book Outlet, and it didn't specify what volume it was. So this was the first one I bought, and I thought it was like in Roman numerals. So I thought this was volume 2. Because I had volume 1, I think, or I didn't have volume 1, and I just thought Roman numerals. One of those two happened. It's been a while. And then I saw that it's volume 11. So now I have just a random volume 11. I'm not upset about that because I just flipped through this. I already liked the art style, even though it's like not really big on the details of the background. It's fine. I was in tears because I have a bad habit of like when I'm flipping through also reading a little bit, just to understand like the general direction the manga is gonna go. Boy, was I bawling. I'm tearing up just now just thinking about it, and it's like I can't. So To Your Eternity, I don't know how long this manga series is gonna go. I have not watched the anime yet, and I don't know which I'm going to do first. Either read this or watch the anime. If you guys recommend like one, not one over the other necessarily, but which one I should consume first, let me know because I need the help because I really want to start this series. But I just don't know which one I should start with. Like, do I need to know what's going to happen before I watch the anime? That way it's not completely devastating me And so I know to prepare myself, or should I watch the anime completely blind and then consume this at a more leisurely pace? Just let me know. I need help. I need a lot of help. Yeah, I think I'm going to go over box sets last because I only have 2 of them. So next up I have Naruto. I have this omnibus, which is volumes 67, 68, and 69, and then I have volumes 71 and 72 here. I am just picking up Naruto as I can get it cheap. Naruto is gonna be one of those series where I love it, but I'm not too I don't know what the proper word for it, excited to get the volumes. It's like I'll collect the volumes because I do think I want to read it someday, but I'm not too pressed to do it like right now. Like I can do this at my own pace, in my own time, and just get it when I can get it. Next, I have volumes 1 and 2 of JJK. I was lucky enough that this was at Half Price Books for this. For some reason, the first volume is $5 and the second volume is $6. Usually they try to price them the same. At least the Half Price Books I go to does. I have not watched or consumed anything about JJK. I don't even know what the plot of JJK is, but I can't pass up those prices when I do intend to watch and read it. Same with Chainsaw Man here. I have volumes 1 through 3. These were all $5 a piece, and I have heard nothing but fantastic things about Chainsaw Man, especially the manga. So I had to get these. Next is Kaiju number 8. I have seen like trailers and stuff for this, and it seemed really interesting. The artwork is not necessarily what I love to see in a manga. It's fine. It's just, how do I say it? I'm an artist and I can't put this into words. I want to say line thickness plays a part in why I don't really like the art style of this, but it's just so hard to put into words. What about it? I don't know, rubs me the wrong way. Regardless, what I've seen of the characters I like, and what I've seen of the animation and the anime I like. So, you know what? I'm getting Kaiju number 8. I'm picking up the volumes. I'm going to try it out. And if I don't like it, I don't have to go any further than the first volume. Because I paid full price for that. If I'm paying like a cheaper price, I 9 times out of 10 will get the volumes that I can get. You know, sometimes I contradict myself because it's like I'll get the volumes I can get, and then it's like collecting like Naruto and stuff. It's like I'm doing that when I already know I'll like the series, so shouldn't I put more effort into getting those? But I don't. It's like Kokoro's Basketball. I put no effort at all into collecting that series because I had the first 18 volumes, and I'm just like, I'll get the rest when I get the rest. Next up, I have Skip Beat. This is, I'm not sure which omnibus volume this would be, but it contains volumes 46 through 48 of the manga, and I adore this series. This is probably my favorite shoujo manga, not anime, because the anime's fine. They just never continued it, and they stopped it at a point. It's like, well, what happens next? So that's when I started reading the manga. It's because they didn't continue the anime, and to be honest, I'm really happy with it. I normally don't like comedies, and this is like a slice of life comedy, drama type thing, and I love it. The fashion is phenomenal. I love the fact that the main characters are actors, and you get to see them like play different roles and get into their characters and just learn as they go. Especially since the main female character of this wants nothing to do with romance or relationships. So the entire drama is around the main male character really liking her and trying to convey that, and just getting stonewalled by her the entire time because she believes that there's no way he likes her, and that she's being sinful for liking him, or even thinking that he could like her in any way. And he's just sitting in the background. It's like, oh my god, how do I beat some sense into her? So I love it, and the artwork is really cute. I don't know, I just like the main character, Kyoka. She's cute. There's just a lot about this series that I like, and I cannot wait to continue it. I do hope it ends soon, though, because we're at 48 volumes, and I honestly, I just want the main characters to get together, show us, like, an epilogue where they've been together for years and they have kids now, or something like that. I need them to get together, and for this to be resolved. Next is Love, a Kitten and a Salty Dog, and this is a yaoi manga. It's a standalone. It was alright. The main uke character is the type I usually go for, and he's very cute. He turns up to the vet's office with this kitten that needs to be taken care of, and they slowly fall for each other. I'm not really going to say more than that. It's cutesy. It's worth the read. Do I regret buying the volume? Kind of. I feel like I could have just read this from like my library or somewhere that it was available. I don't know if my library would have something like this. Probably not. But I feel like I could have read this online and I would have gotten the same enjoyment from it without having a physical copy of it. I really need to start doing that more with standalones. Just, I want to support them, but at the same time, it's like, it's a standalone, and I really don't need, I know that I'm 9 times out of 10 not going to reread it, so I shouldn't buy a physical copy of it. Next up, I have volume 14, I think, of Black Butler. That's the Roman numeral, XIV. This is, for those of you who have watched the anime and the movies and stuff like that, this is somewhere in Book of the Atlantic. I think it's like towards the end. I have not read anything with Black Butler. I just know that it is a lot better than the anime and that a lot of people love it. And I love the anime, excluding the filler. Season 2 is kind of iffy, filler or not. It's interesting that they did season 2. I just really want to know where exactly this story goes without all of the filler to muck it all up. I have not seen season 4 yet. I need to get on that. But right now, I'm just collecting the manga and watching at a leisurely pace. It took so long for us to get the new seasons. I kind of just want to savor them a bit. Next, I got volumes 2 and 4 of 07 Ghosts. As you can tell by the tags, I got this from a very different kind of place, and that would be a peddler's mall. You wouldn't expect to find like older style mangas and stuff, or not really older style mangas. You just wouldn't think you'd find manga in general from most peddler's malls. I got really lucky with this one. 07 Ghosts is something that I've been wanting to watch and read for a long time. So this, finding the volumes and at a decent price that's not going to break the bank, has been a struggle. Most times, they just aren't in stock. Next up, I have a manga series for one of my favorite anime, and that is Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm still missing, I think, one volume. I don't know which volume that is, but I know I think I'm missing one more volume for this. But here I have 9, 13, 15, 16, and 18. I think for some reason maybe it's volume 11 or 12 or maybe 10 that I'm missing. I don't know. I just know that I was able to get these from Crunchyroll, and I adore the anime series, so I cannot wait to read the manga. This is only 19 volumes long, so I am just ready to dive in once I have the entire series. I think it's a pretty loyal adaptation too, but I am also not sure on that. Next, I have Mashle, Magic and Muscle. This is volumes 1 through 9. I believe there was a sale, and that is why I bought so many volumes of this. Like, normally I would at least watch the anime before I collect so many volumes of the manga, but just from the clips I've seen and just the premise in general, and like some of the memes as well, the memes did play a big part of this. I think I'm gonna love this series. And yeah, a lot of people have said it's a lot like Harry Potter. That doesn't upset me at all. That just makes me more inclined to read it because I'm probably going to enjoy it more. I have 9 volumes of a manga that I know very little about. I just know the main character does not have magical powers and he uses his muscles to solve all his problems. I am down. Next, I have volume 13. I almost said 12. 13 of Finder. Man, was this hard to get a hold of. This has been out of stock, in stock, out of stock, in stock so many freaking times, and I finally got my hands on the copy of it. This series is almost finished as well, and I'm very sad about that because I've been following this series for years, and it's gonna hurt when it's finished. I love the characters. I hate the situations they're put into, and especially the situation they're in right now, you keep thinking the situation they're in, like, it can't get worse, but then it progressively gets worse, and in ways that you couldn't even imagine. And I hate it. I mostly love it, I guess, because I love the characters, and I love them being together, and it's so cute and horrific, and yeah. It's not healthy. Nothing about the situations or the relationship is healthy. Don't go into this thinking, you're going to have a sweet relationship. No, go into this expecting a lot of bondage, a lot of unwilling bondage too, a lot of kidnapping, a lot of torture, a lot of sexual harassment, and somewhat substance abuse early on in the series. Not so much later on in the series. So yeah, I'm a little bit addicted. It's probably my favorite yaoi series. My second one would probably be Siki Acho Hatsukoi. And then Super Lovers right after that. No, that's the wrong... Well, no. Komata Toki ni wa Hoshi ni Keki is probably not a yaoi series. Nothing is confirmed in that. And I probably said that title too fast for you guys to understand it. It's Komata Toki ni wa Hoshi ni Keki, which I think it's said, the English translation is, if you're in trouble, ask the stars for help. That series doesn't have any English translated, like, printed volumes. As far as I know, you can only read that series online. It's kind of like Super Lovers. You can only read that online. I don't know why. I think they're both by the same author, and I don't know of any of her works that have actually been translated into English. Don't know why. I love her work from what I've read. I think I've read 3 of her manga series. They're really good. Oh, speaking of Sikiyacho Hatsukoi, The World's Greatest First Love, I have volume 17 here. Because I love this. Junjo Romantica is like completely impossible to get the volumes for. But this one isn't. I love this. I get them as they come out in English. So, yay. I have no clue what's going to happen in this volume. I kind of need to reread this series to remember what happens. But I also just really love this couple. They're just so frustrating. At the same time, I want Odera to give in, but at the same time I really don't, because there's just a lot there to unpack. We're gonna move on to the next one, which is The Dragon's Betrothed. This is volumes 1 and 2. I know nothing about this series. I believe it's yaoi. It's Sublime, so I'm pretty sure this is yaoi. I'm like 99.9% sure. Yeah, I know nothing about this series. It's wrapped in plastic. I don't even know what the art looks like. I'm keeping these wrapped in plastic until I decide to read them because it gets super dusty in this house. That's mostly because of where I live. I live in the middle of the woods, got a gravel driveway, and just all of the dust comes flying in. Next, I have Bungo Stray Dogs Season 5. I am slowly collecting this series because each volume is like $13. So it's expensive for something really tiny. I think the anime is pretty loyal adaptation of the manga. So that's also another reason why I'm just gonna collect it slowly, because I've already watched and loved the anime. I think each season gets better. Not like Haikyuu levels better, but like it gets better. And they do make you care for more of the characters. more later on in this series, mostly Rompo, which I'm glad about because I really loved Rompo from the beginning. And he just needed that character development. Next, I have volume 2 of Miru Puri. I probably said that wrong. This is an older series. It's only 4 volumes long. This was the only volume I was missing, so I was very excited when this was on sale on Crunchyroll. From what I remember, there's like, this girl has a mirror that can like transport this prince from another world, and that prince also has the ability to change his size and age, which is weird. But it's been so long since I've read this, that's the only things that I kind of remember. Next, I have Undead, Finding Love in the Zombie Apocalypse, volumes 1 and 2. I think these are the only 2 volumes out for this right now. It's another yaoi series, and I don't read enough post-apocalyptic books, let alone yaoi ones, so I'm excited to read into these. Like I said, I dip my toes into pretty much every yaoi manga I can get a hold of. Some are more questionable than others. Kind of like this one, Acid Town. I have volumes 3, 4, and 5. This is, I think this is, I can't remember, I don't know if this is set in Japan or if it's set in the United States. So I think it has to deal with the mob / Yakuza. I just know that the main character gets himself, or his friends get him into a heaping amount of trouble, and there's yaoi involved. That's all I really need to know. I love like any yaoi manga that like involves organized crime, just because why not add, like if you're gonna add spice, I would rather that than you add like some bullshit drama that makes no sense. It's like, put the characters in legit danger. That's what I want. I'm a horrible person. Okay, last before I get to the box sets is the Apothecary Diaries. I actually bought the first 10 volumes of this because, no, I haven't watched the anime. And no, I don't really know the entire premise of this. All I know is our main character, Mao Mao, gets kidnapped and then forced into like the Emperor's harem or something along those lines. I could be completely wrong. I just know she gets kidnapped and taken to like the Emperor's palace or whatever. And I'm not sure if her love interest is even allowed to be in love in general. At first I thought he was like a priest or a monk and they weren't allowed to do that. And I'm like, well, this romance is gonna suck. They can't be together. After watching a few clips, I don't think that's the case, but I'm still not sure. So this is a series that I am really excited to get into, and I know I'm going to love it. That's why I already bought 10 volumes of it, because I want it to continue for a long time. At least enough to give me like 2 to 3 seasons. we already have the first season, and season 2 has already been announced. So if I can get like a 3rd season out of that, it'd be nice. We only have like over half a dozen of My Hero Academia, and we're getting a 5th one of Sword Art Online, so I heard we were supposed to get a 5th one for Sword Art Online. So you know what? Why can't we have Apothecary Diaries have more than that? Alright, moving on to box sets. First one I have is The Promised Neverland. This was definitely on my Christmas. I got this because I want to read this without... From what I heard, they took the fan favorite arc out of the anime and just didn't adapt it. And I just want to see how this story was supposed to play out. Because if you've seen Season 2, you probably wish you didn't. Season 1 was fine. Season 2 was a train wreck that wrecked into a pencil factory and exploded. Next I have Bakuman, or lastly I have Bakuman. This series, I read this and it took me 2 months to read it. I read it over all of July and August, and this is good. It's really good. I think solid like 7.5, 8 out of 10. It's really good. It's a nice, like, wholesome kind of comedy slice of life where these 2 teenagers at 14 years old try to become mangaka, and it's all about their journey to succeed and get their own anime, and then main character and his female love interest to get married. It's really, really good. I don't know like how much I would recommend it, because I would recommend it to someone who like has the time and the energy to just invest a lot of time into the manga. One of the reasons it took me so long to get through this was because each volume there was so much content jam-packed that by the time you got to the end of the volume, what happened at the beginning felt like it was 2 or 3 volumes ago. It took me so long to get through each individual volume, and it's good. I'm not. It feels like everything that I'm thinking that I want to say is just like bad. But the romance, for example, I hated the romance because it made very little sense. Realistically, this would not work out. Like, they're gonna have issues down the line, probably. I also didn't like the art style choice for some of the faces, like when they were embarrassed or something cringy happened or they got shocked or disgusted. It's like they would make some of these faces that was just horrific and should have never been drawn. It's something that you would see in a gag manga, and yeah, I know this is supposed to be comedy, but it's not a straight up gag manga, so it's like, can we not have these faces? Just, yeah. And then you have the one character that I thought was going to be decent, and he ended up being just a pervert. A really horrible, stalkery pervert. And I hated him. Other than those things, I'm pretty sure I loved everything else about the series. Oh, no, wait, there is one thing. The character Iji, the editorial company says they don't play favoritism, and I get that he has proven himself that he can do all these things, and they should trust him to do all these things. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he didn't get special treatment when the main characters were working their asses off and could have done the things that they said they were going to do, but the editorial department just steamrolled over them, saying that they couldn't do it because they're not like Eiji. And then they give Eiji like, oh my gosh, I can't really spoil anything. I may actually have to do a discussion on this, because some of the things they allow Eiji to do that they won't allow any of the other characters to do, any of the other mangakas, it's just like, none of this is fair. It's not fair, and there's no justifying it just because he's proven himself in these ways. To allow him to do this while not giving anyone else the chance to do it. Our main characters have proven them wrong again and again and again, and yet still they're not given the credit and the notoriety that they deserve for doing the things that they were doing. It kind of makes me heated. I may have to do a discussion video about it once I have. It's going to take a lot of thought, though. Oh my gosh, it's going to take so long to make. Just because the more I think about it, the more irritated I get, and I need to go into it with a logical mind instead of I hate everything, these people are so stupid kind of vibes. It's like, I just need to stop and cool down and think about it. So this may or may not be a thing. I'm not going to promise anything. But that is officially all of the manga that I have for you guys today. It's all the manga I have left until my next haul. I don't have any more sitting on the floor back here that I need to make a separate video for. The rest of them in this haul, yes. I'm going on vacation in a couple months, and I'll probably have more for you then. If I have things my way, I will definitely have more for you then. But that is officially the end of this video. My camera is in the process of dying. So I will see you guys next time. Please comment on any of the series you have read or liked, or any series you think I should read or would enjoy. Put those in the comments. I will love to read them. I would love to read them. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!